You're listening to Rocket Night.
Are you ready? Hey, tonight I'm gonna take you on a little trip. We're going down south by the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna take you to a place where lights never dim. Bring your mother, your brother, and your best friend. I'm gonna show you where they dance out in the street. They'll tell you all about your body heat. Not gonna talk about it, just gonna do it. Get on down if you feel up good. Get on down.
Hi, this is Anita Stewart. I'm reporting for Rocket Night, and I'm talking and chatting with Alex Zayas from Barcelona, Spain. And he's here in Florida doing some intimate venues and some public shows and taking kind of a break and a wintertime vacation. So I have a lot of questions for you. How are you liking Florida so far?
I'm doing. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. I'm having a great time in Florida. Oh, every time I come over here is a blast.
And you're probably here in Florida at our coldest, but when the U.S. is even more, the rest of the U.S. is even more cold.
Yeah, so I'm good over here.
So you're here, and this isn't your first time here. How many times have you been here to Florida in particular?
I think 3 times.
Okay, and each time you've played here in Zephyr Hills or Rhythm and Brews. Have you played in Tampa at all?
No, we played at the Barrel Room in Fort Myers, in St. Pete, Zephyr Hills, and I don't remember. It's another couple of cities. Mm-hmm. But yeah, around the area. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your latest albums. I know you've got quite a few under your belt right now, but the latest one came out in, was it 2017?
The latest one came out in I think it was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, end of 2016. And it's a regular blues album, like a straight blues. My other albums that I recorded earlier, my 4th one and 5th one, they more like, mixing original style, more funk, rock, blues together. The latest one is more blues. I just wanted to record come back to the roots.
Do you pigeonhole your format or genre as mostly blues, or are there other formats, genres that you like to include with that? I mean, I heard some stuff that sounded very jazzy from some of your older videos, so you just kind of like to mix it up, is that?
Yeah, that's what I love all kinds of music, like soul, funk, gospel. I come from the blues, that's that's my root, but mix it also with some like a Spanish taste sometimes. So I like to, like a milkshake, you put everything over there, you shake it, and try to do my original stuff with all my influences.
Tell me a little bit about some of the big people that you've played with. I saw some of the older pictures of you with B.B. King, and who are some of the other notables that you've played with in the past?
I started playing with, my first mentor was Hook Herrera. He born in LA, but he is half Mexican, half Native American, and he's a great harmonica player and singer, and he hired me when I was 18, so he was the one who opened the doors for me for real professional music, start traveling festivals. So I met people like, I played with people like Alex Napier, the rest in peace. He used to be the bass player for Stevie Ray Vaughan at the Cobras before Stevie Ray got famous. I played with U.P. Wilson, the Texas Tornado, the great Linwood Slim, another harmonica player, fortunately passed away, and I did a couple of huge gigs with him. And Larry McRae, I play with him twice a year now. Johnny B. Gaden on bass, that used to be the bass player for Albert Collins, sorry. And we opened for B.B. King with a band from Chicago in 2006. And I met, Buddy Guy. I play at Buddy Guy's Legends in Chicago every time I'm there, and I met Buddy Guy at the club. And you're just on the road, especially cities like Chicago, where you never know what's going to happen. Somebody can show up in the show, and you got the chance to. I'm lucky, I had the chance to start young and met a lot of badass players.
So it's kind of like a scene in Chicago for the blues, and then you can kind of look at the same kind of scene in Austin, Texas, when it comes to like the country rock and the rock and And really, I call it Texas blues too when they
Yeah.
mix it all
Well,
up. So
when I was in Austin, Texas in 2012. I was there for 3 months and I did a few shows around. And then Austin's got some great bands, but there's not a huge blues scene in Texas anymore in Austin, especially in Austin. There's a lot of musicians moving there because the music scene is huge. So you can find a lot of influences, and I appreciate that. There's bands that they're doing, trying to keep the root, the blues, but mixing with other stuff. I appreciate that because that's evolution. You know, Chicago is different. Chicago is like really like more blues bands playing straight up blues because of the root of the city.
right.
I love it too, but there's a lot of funky music and soul and jazz in Chicago. That's why I like those cities because you can see great bands every night.
Where in North America have you not played where you would like to go maybe on another trip or this time around?
I like to go everywhere. I like to go to Denver, Colorado because I heard it's beautiful. I like to go to LA. And, you know, matter of fact, I love traveling. That's what I do. And I would love to go everywhere in America, Japan, and all the countries. I like to go and see how people live, how people act, how observe people. You know, try to take the best of all the cultures.
Right.
So I can learn how they live, how they act.
Tell me a little bit about the music scene in Barcelona.
Well, the music scene in Barcelona is not in good shape for the last probably 10, 12 years because of the economy so bad. And if you look at the way I look at it, we don't have any like roots like blues or jazz. The only root we have is flamenco music.
Right.
So that comes from the Muslims when they were there for centuries in Spain. So that's the real root that we have, the flamenco, which I love flamenco music. But we don't have roots of blues, jazz, soul, funk. And you can find good players, but you know, I think that to play that kind of music, you gotta travel and go to see the real thing live and share with the people that they grew up with that kind of music, so you can learn how to play it right.
Right.
So that's what I started doing when I was young, and that's the way I love doing it. Just go places. There's things that you cannot learn on the CDs.
How did you hear about the blues? I mean, you started playing when you were really young, but what were some of the things that you heard first off? Did you consider it strictly an American art form? And how did you fall in love with it and hear it the first time? And
When I was a little kid, when I was probably like 7 or 8, I started playing guitar when I was 7. So my older brother, he's the one who got me into music. So I remember since being a little kid, you're listening to Otis Redding and Ray Charles, B.B. King, Albert King, Stevie Ray, Prince, Stevie Wonder. And my brother bought a VHS video of B.B. King and Friends. And I remember that I heard the sound of the few different guitar sounds. And I was in my room and I just went there, looked at the TV, and I was like, I was amazed for a minute. Like I didn't say a word. And I told my brother, "What is that? I want to play that. I just want to start." So my brother started showing me some, playing some music for me. We start buying more CDs, and I start getting into the blues, and it just got me. And blues took me to the other places.
right. So that was your start.
Yep.
Do you have any special preferences when it comes to guitars? Are there particular brands that stand out, or what are the kinds that you like to use?
I started playing Fender Stratocaster. Now I'm playing a Gibson 335, but I'm finding that lately, like more different brands. It depends how you feel. A lot of people get stuck in Fender or Gibson, and they don't want to try nothing else.
Right.
And there's some guitars like the Harmon guitar, Guild guitars, that they're not that famous, but if you just grab it and play it, and if it works for you, works for you. So I'm about to get the Harmon pretty soon. And it's not as expensive as a Gibson, but right now my favorite to play is my Gibson 335. That's my baby.
Have you tried any other instruments or any other exploration as far as music goes? I know I started out on guitar. I'm not as good as you, but I play ukulele now. So,
No, ukulele, you know how to play it. It sounds good.
so are there other instruments that you've branched out to?
I can play a little bass and a little drums. I can play the blues, like on bass, and get a little funky too, and drums. But drums, I got a problem with my tempo because it's so hard. You need to learn the technique, so you get tired.
Right.
But with the bass, I can hold it for a minute.
And what about harmonica? Have you ever tried that? The blues harmonica?
It's funny because, like I said, I started playing rhythm for harmonica players. So I know all the rhythm guitar with Sonny Boy Williamson and Little Walter and all that stuff. And I love doing that, like being behind and playing the rhythm for harmonica players. But for my music, the way I write music, the way I write songs, harmonica is not an instrument that I think about. I think more in guitar, rhythm guitar, and Hammond or piano for my music.
And keyboards?
Keyboards, yeah, all kinds.
You do keyboards too.
I love having keyboards in my band. I love, especially the Hammond B3. That's my
Now,
favorite.
when you write, what is your? Do you have to get to a certain place? What's your catalyst for writing a song? Do you keep a notebook by your bed like some people do, or?
Oh, I got papers all over the place. But normally I need to find peace of mind to do it. But sometimes some songs, they come to your mind like in a second, no matter, I can be right here, right now, and some groove will pop in my mind, and I gotta go home and try to write something. But normally I need to find peace of mind where it's silence, no noise, and I can be by myself. That's where I write and work. And I can be recording or writing songs for 12, 13, 14, 16 hours a day.
When you get that little riff, do you ever forget it, or is it like an earworm until you can play it?
Normally I remember. I got a good memory for music still, but I lost some good riffs. That you think about something at night, or so I got this, and then you don't record it, or you don't, at least on your phone,
Right.
doing it, even talking it, it's like whatever, and I forgot about doing it, and then you get next morning and say, man, I lost it. But
Yeah.
normally I remember.
Yeah. Now, is your brother still in music?
No, he was he got into live music a little late, so he had a daytime job and he couldn't handle both. So he plays guitar, still playing guitar at home, and we play together sometimes. And he was a great drummer, but it was a little too late for him to just start. You know, you got a daytime job and stuff. It's hard to make it work.
So, what comes next? Where do you see yourself in about 5 or 6 years?
I don't know, and I wouldn't even think about it. As far as I can keep playing music and making a living, I'll be happy, and I'm healthy too. If I can be healthy too.
Yeah, do you like being independent? Does that make you feel freer than getting signed with somebody big, or?
You know, it all depends. I would like to be independent, but the music business has changed in the last 20 years a lot.
Right.
So I don't know if I get to that point where I can get signed, I will have to put the good and bad things and see what is. But probably I wouldn't mind to do it. You know, that's a dream come true, is to make more money doing what you love and get to reach more people. We probably I wouldn't mind doing that.
A lot of independent artists are actually going back to school to learn how to handle their own business. They're taking like the business courses that have to do with the music business itself, so they can handle their own money and their own contracts and all of that. Is that something you've done or you've considered doing?
I am terrible with numbers, and I'm good with lyrics, writing and stuff. But with numbers, I don't like that part of the business. I just want to do the music part. So in Barcelona, Spain, I got a good friend that is my agent, and he's really good negotiation, numbers and stuff. So he's awesome, and I like, man, I trust you 100%. Do whatever you want. I'll be in. I don't see myself doing that. I got enough work writing songs and playing and dealing with some stuff that I don't see myself doing that.
Right.
You know.
So, what is your next project after this? Where do you go? Is there another part of the tour, or do you go home?
No, I'm here. I got like 2 or 3 gigs, but I didn't expect to play. There's some people that knows me here. They call me to play guitar with their bands, and I'm happy about that. But I'm going back to Barcelona because I got a tour with a friend of mine from New York, Slam Allen, that used to play guitar for James Cotton. It's like a harmonica legend. And I got like 5-6 shows in Spain in February. And then at the end of March, I'll be going back to Canada. And May and beginning of June, I'll be back in the States. And after that, I'll be back in Barcelona because I want to record a new album, because I got Spanish tunes for the first time in my life, singing in Spanish.
Oh.
So I got some. I think it's a pretty good material, so I'm gonna give it a chance and sing like 19 songs in Spanish and a couple in English. So I want to record that, and also I want to do some recording with my friend Larry McRae, this together.
What do you think of the music scene in Canada? Is it different from the U.S. or similar, or?
It is different. People there in Canada, they support a lot of live music. A lot in Calgary and Edmonton, you know, we get great crowds and people love music and love have a good time. But Canada is a little bit the same like Barcelona, you know. It's closer to the States, so they get the blues root more than us. But what I like about Canada is the crowd. They have fun and they dance and they spend money. They buy your CD and they great people. But the blues scene or funk or soul is not as huge as United States. But I love Canada. If I have to live somewhere, I'll probably, not in the winter time, but in the summertime and the spring, I'll probably choose Canada. I got a lot of good friends over there.
And Montreal is a beautiful place too.
Never been in the French part.
Yeah, the
I'm
Quebec
trying to
part
go there.
is amazing, and they love music there too. So, but it's quite beautiful in the summertime there. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I could handle that cold
No,
up
I've been
there.
in the winter a couple of times and it's not nice.
So, what about settling down, getting married, having kids? Is that on the agenda sometime?
I just live one day at a time. I don't even think about it. I've been in a few relationships, but you know, it's hard to make it work the way I live, and it's not easy to handle that kind of life.
Yeah.
And I make mistakes in my life that I pay for it
Right.
and learn from them.
Right.
And I just live one day at a time, you know. But I'm a natural person. Whatever it comes, it's got to be natural. If it's natural and if it's good, I'm in. But you never know. I don't think about it.
And if it's good or it's bad, you can write a song about it.
Always. I got a million songs.
Well, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us at Rocket Night.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck in the upcoming travels and music.
Thanks a lot
And
for
we're
having
going
me.
to hear lots more from you, I know.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye.